Hola, everyone, and welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. First up, we welcome coordinators and participants of the 48th Annual Three Kings Day Parade and Celebration to discuss this year's theme, Palante Siempre Palante, honoring the young lords. Then executive career coach, human resource consultant, and author Queen S Ofori is here to tell us about her new book, The Road to Queendom. Followed by writer, director, and producer Hugo Perez, who is here to tell us about his latest projects, including his new documentary, Omara, Cuba's Legendary Diva. And finally, this week's Open Artist Spotlight shines on Mizzie from the X with a performance at the end of the show. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Hey everyone, to Open, I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour, inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Follow us on Instagram at Bronxnet TV or like us on Facebook at Open Bronxnet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget, follow moi on FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, Threads, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. Bueno, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the heart of the holiday season, and you know what that means, right? That's right, it's time for my favorite parade of the year, the 40th Annual Three Kings Day Parade and Celebration. Let's take a sneak peek at all of the excitement we anticipate happening again this year.
¡Feliz Día de los Reyes!
Yes, that is such a good time, I tell you. I've been doing it for 8 years. And this year's theme, Palante Siempre Palante, forward, always forward, honors the Young Lords, a 1960s Puerto Rican activist group that championed social justice, community empowerment, and cultural pride, and celebrates East Harlem's enduring spirit of resistance and mutual care. And here to tell us all about what's going into this enduring celebration and how you can attend and get involved, we welcome El Museo Del Darrios Director of Marketing and Communications, Pamela Hernandez Hower, and one of this year's madrinas, artist and dear friend, Leenda Bonilla, and this year's parade flyer artist, Danielle De Jesus. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Navidad, Navidad, right? That's it. That's it.
It's
gonna rent space in my house for the rest of the day. Post Christmas, right? So, Merry Christmas. You know, it's a Merry Christmas month, right?
Yes, it is.
But
It's
now,
not over until after the 6th.
after the 6th of
January.
Yeah. So, Feliz Dia de los Reyes on top of everything else in advance. But welcome to the studio, Pamela.
Gracias, thank you. We're so excited to be here.
Well, I'm calling you out first because this is your first time visiting in studio. We've worked together already as of last year when we did the Three Kings Day Parade, and now that you're all warmed up, share a little bit about what we have in store for this year.
Well, we have our amazing host, Rhina Valentin, for Three Kings Day. We'll start with that.
Plug in.
They missed that. You missed it. You missed it, guys. Yeah, they said amazing host. Rhina Valentin. We did the duo.
Yes. And this year is our 48th year. So it's really amazing that we've done this for so long at El Museo del Barrio. And now we have beautiful honorees, including Leenda here. She's one of our madrinas.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we have 3 kings. So we have Eddie Palmieri, obviously
Posthumously.
but Gabby, his daughter, will be honoring him. And then we also have
Diana Ayala.
Diana Ayala.
I know. I know all the answers. I'm just helping you out. Go ahead.
And we have Jonathan Inoa from Anchor of Univision. So these are people, we have also 10 madrinas and padrinos who are being honored for
Well,
their...
you mean 5 madrinas and 5 padrinos?
Yes.
Right? So it's 10 altogether.
10 altogether.
Uh-huh.
And we're honoring them because they've done such wonderful work in our community, especially with this theme, Palante Siempre Palante. So it's a special occasion where we'll have thousands of kids in the parade from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Tuesday, January 6th. We'll have floats, we'll have musicians, we'll have artists, and community and joy. So it's a really special event, and I really love it. So
it really is special. You know,
Yeah.
there's something really special about marching in the cold.
that's true.
Yes.
It's a winter parade. Yes.
No, but I mean that though. There is something really special about marching in the cold. You kind of forget that it's even cold.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like once that vibe, the energy is there, and the community is out, you just can't help but look at all the cute little faces, the little snow bunnies out there.
Yeah, I know.
And just the energy and the music of that happens along the whole route. It's just, yeah, you just forget about the cold.
Yeah,
completely.
you do. And I want to congratulate you, Lee.
Thank you.
Yes,
It was a wonderful surprise. I've been really invested in community development and just elevating and for years, and to be nominated as a madrina, it's been a blessing, and it's been wonderful to represent Celia Cruz for this one, for arts
nice.
and culture. Y Palante Siempre Palante. I can't wait to be there.
That's the garb I wore.
Yes, that's
when I'm there,
right.
that's the garb I wore. So,
That is
so in case anybody's wondering what I mean by that, right? So, let's just share with everybody how this goes, right? So, we already announced the 3 kings, right? And the 3 kings have these amazing costumes. Who the artist is?
Michelle Mello is but she's the art.
Lina Puerta, right?
No,
no,
I
am blanking the name.
We're talking
It's
about
a
the
man's
puppets.
name,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. The designers. What?
The designer.
Emilio Sosa.
Emilio.
Yes.
Yes,
Got it.
yes.
Right,
You get it, cha-ching. You get it.
I'm like, I should know
There's
them
so
all by
many
heart, right?
so many community-based artists are involved in this process that, yeah, there's definitely a way we got to elevate everybody. But
Right.
You got it.
Right. So there's that. Those designs, which are like really extravagant, and they're currently on display at El Museo del Barrio before they actually get worn.
Yeah.
And then there's the Madrina and Padrino garbs, which honor, I want to say, community leaders from the past, and while honoring the community leaders that are being recognized as Madrinas and Padrinos. And so, I mean, Celia Cruz is obviously a big-time celebrity, but it's not just Celia Cruz. You have Pedro Pietri, you have
Antonia
Pantoja, you have Pura Belpre.
Yes.
Even though the garb itself doesn't necessarily represent the artist, they kind of all have something that symbolizes it.
Correct.
Right? And hers has sequins.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. You're bringing out my extrovert, so I'm going to be shining on that day, just elevating culture and art and community.
So Danielle, congratulations on being chosen to be the artist of this year's parade's flyer.
Thank you so much.
And I would love for you to give us a little background on the details, right? Because you've got the Young Lords in there, you've got the People's Church in there, and it kind of looks like images.
Yeah, so my background is in photography, so I went to El Barrio, and I was just taking photographs of things that I thought would represent the Young Lords, especially places like the People's Church. But also, I took a lot of inspiration from their their publishing of Palante, the newspaper. So in December of 1970, they actually published a cover featuring the Tres Reyes on the camels. And so I kind of took inspiration from that design to come up with this modern version of it, featuring the People's Church, but also featuring the children holding the banners for the contest, but also things that represent Puerto Rico. So you have the cuatro, you have the hibiscus of Puerto Rico, which is the flower of Puerto Rico. And then you have the flags, which feature many Latinx countries that are representative of the community of Harlem. And so just kind of putting all those images and histories together to come up with like a modern version of the cover of Palante.
Love it, love it, love it. And how do you decide what artist is chosen for the parade's flyer each year?
Yeah, we base it off from the theme most of all, but then so then we go to our steering committee, which Leenda is part of it, and it's members of the community who say yes or no, and they have other ideas, and they obviously said yes to Danielle's work because it resonates very deeply with the theme, and her artwork is excellent, and also it's in part of our collection. Her work is exhibiting now as part of Hangueando, recent acquisitions from El Museo's collection. So yeah,
that's
so
on
you're
display.
together.
I know, so I'm together. Ooh, that was a nice one, Pamela. I mean, it's not me, the artist.
Yeah, well,
but it's me, my face.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, that's a nice plug in which we can say it's on display for for an entire year, right? I mean, until June. I think we're already halfway through.
Yeah, so it will close in the summer of 2026. So yeah, everybody should come and see it in person. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Your face is actually like only a few feet away from my painting.
That is, yeah.
So
oh, look at that.
They're right next to each other.
Which is your painting?
It's the arm that says
I thought so.
The beautiful
Very
gigantic.
prominent.
Yeah.
Very prominent.
Thank you.
Oh, it's really nice to meet you.
Nice to
Look
meet
at that on air, no less.
Well, I brought you something
You
because
did?
I wanted to. I heard it was your birthday a couple of weeks back, and so I just kind of wanted to give you a little gift here.
Oh, pins?
Yes.
You
Love
have to,
that.
If there's,
Oh my gosh, is that?
you have to open it.
You have to open
I have to
it.
open it?
No,
open
in
the
front.
tostonera.
Oh no. Okay, does anybody know what a tortonera is? I know it doesn't sound good in English.
As part of the
Oh my gosh,
tostone
well,
making
for my
process.
Caribbean folks, we make tostones and, to mash the plantain.
That's
we use the tostonera. And look, I got a
That's
little mini
step two.
tostonera. My mother's going to love this.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the piragos there
And the
too,
piraguas.
That
because,
is beautiful.
Summer in
that's
New York
summer in
City.
New York. Oh my gosh, thank you, Danielle.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
So
I
we
love
have
it.
those in our shop at El Museo. So if anyone wants to have some of Danielle's work, you can find it at the shop.
A la tiendita.
La tienda.
Yes.
A la tiendita en el museo. When you go to look at the exhibit, Hangueando, that is on display until June. And Coco Fusco is also extended, right?
Yes, it was just extended through March 1st of next year. So yes, it's a wonderful exhibition by a Cuban artist, Coco Fusco, and everybody loves it, and because of that, we extended the show.
Her work aligns with this. It's just complementing the whole energy of community advocacy and just social justice and resistance. It's beautiful. And Danielle's going to be part of the legacy of many Boricua artists that be elevated to create the poster. So I want to give you
guys
flowers.
for that
That's
honor.
just
Thank you.
amazing.
Seriously, it was really
I love your
good
work.
surprise.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this, and I know we have a couple of weeks and to prepare for it, but I do want to share any last words with our viewers before we wrap up here with regards to what we can expect, if anything different this year, other than it being the new era.
Yes, so we have camels, we have maracas, we have live music. But aside from that, people can participate. So they can march with us if you're in the schools and your kids. You can apply to that, and the deadline is January 2nd.
Yes.
All the information is on our website, elmuseo.org. And also you can participate in our banner contest. Like Danielle was saying, one of the banners was in her poster. And so if you win, you're the first banner in the parade, which is beautiful. And you can also volunteer. So if you're interested in going behind the scenes with El Museo's team, we're always happy to have you and be part of the magic.
Well, we're happy to share this with our viewers. It's definitely an experience. It's one of those things that you have to be in New York to experience.
Absolutely.
And it's so beautiful how we continue, I say we because I'm a part of the movement, to uphold our culture and celebrate together
Yes.
in the winter.
Locally and universally. Yes.
Locally and universally. That's right, because we're going to be live streaming it as well. So thank you for bringing it here.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Leenda.
Thank you. It's an honor, absolute honor.
And congratulations to you, Danielle.
Thank you so
And
much.
Pamela, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
All right, once again, Pamela Hernandez Hower, Director of Marketing and Communications at El Museo del Darrios, and Leenda Bonilla, artist and a madrina for this year's parade, and artist Danielle De Jesus, who designed this year's flyer. Once again, join El Museo for the 48th Annual Three Kings Day Parade on January 6th, 2026, from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. The parade takes off on 106th Street and Park Avenue, and it moves east to 3rd Avenue and ends at 116th Street and Park Avenue. What I didn't share is I will be leading the whole parade with the oversized puppets. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of lively music, colorful floats, majestic camels, and thousands of participants. And this year's theme, once again, is Palante Siempre Palante, honoring the young lords, celebrating community resilience in East Harlem. We hope to see you there at the parade route. All right, for more info, you can visit elmuseo.org and or on IG at El Museo. And stay tuned. There's more open when we return.
Sent from the future to save the past, heal the planet and make it last. We find solutions with knowledge slides. Venture forth, echo leaders unite. Echo leaders, echo leaders.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. Our next guest has over 15 years of experience as a powerhouse in career coaching and is an HR consultant dedicated to helping both individuals and businesses unlock new opportunities and achieve lasting success. She's recently written a new book called The Road to Queendom, 365 Daily Reflections and Affirmations to Keep Your Crown on Straight. The book is a daily guide with entries for each day of the year to help women foster self-love, build confidence, and guidance towards success in all aspects of life. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to career coach, human resource consultant, and author of The Road to Queendom, Queen S Ofori. Hello and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. I love the whole concept of making sure that we manage our own crowns,
Right.
right? And I would love to start with what inspired you to write this book?
Yeah, a lot of people always ask me that question. Of course, they want to know what inspired me, and so many things, to be honest. But initially, it was my journey with self-love, wanting to share that with other women. I saw how powerful it was for me and transformative. As far as understanding how powerful I am and how I can use that in all aspects of life. So whether that be career, your relationships, or I should say my relationships, finances, anything you can think of, self-esteem plays an important role. And I just wanted to
You just wanted to what?
share that message with other women in regard to empowering them to feel like they can take on anything.
Yeah, and so I skimmed through it. As you know, it's written for the entire year, so obviously I didn't read the entire year, right?
Right.
But it's a wonderful book to pick up at the top of the year
Yeah.
to open up with this level of self-consciousness. And so in going through it and reading certain affirmations and reflections as well, I noticed that you use different techniques. And what I really appreciated about it the most is that it's written in a way that one could read and think that that is the message that they should be receiving for that day.
And that was intentional.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And every time I wrote it, it was as if I was talking to myself. I believe us as women are reflections of one another. So the same thing I needed, I just felt like another queen would need that too.
I don't know. Let me see if I can open it and figure out. I'm trying to share with our viewers, and I want them to have an idea. How about we do today? How about that? Even though I really wanted it to be a new year, a start of a new year.
So that's the funny thing. Although people can start on the new year, you can also start the same day you get it. So,
Right.
yeah, and
Right.
it'll still be just as effective whenever you start it.
Yeah, and that's the other brilliant part, that you didn't put years on it.
No, it's timeless. So
Yeah.
once you get it, you can keep it forever.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's
and the
brilliant.
more you use this information, it's called new knowledge, in case you haven't like received that type of affirmation from loved ones before. So the new knowledge works with repetition. So that's why 365 of them. in the
Okay.
timeless, yeah.
So, all right. So, new knowledge. I love the language. I love that term, right? But it's more so about the conversations, the internal dialogue that you're carrying into your day,
Yeah.
and even night for that matter, depending on when you choose to reference it, right? This meant a lot to me because, again, we can get carried into our days and into, let's say, my scenario is always projects, is project based, and it's like one of my main focuses is to always restore balance, to realign, and to not get caught up in the circumstances. Pretty much like renting space in my head. And one way to do that is to have that moment of being with self. And this is a wonderful way to just make it part of your everyday. There's no skip a day. I mean, you can, but for December 26th, it reads, "The impact you will make on others far exceeds your fear. Trust in the magic of who you are, Queen. Get out of your own way."
I like that.
I like that too. I like it a lot. And then the reflection on the bottom, right? Because I wanted to show our viewers. I'm going to show. Okay, good. So you could see there's the affirmation and or the reminder, and then there's the reflection attached to it. And the reflection of it is, how can you remove the obstacles you've placed in your own path? And so the reason it's so important to read both is because now there's an action task.
Right. So it's not just the affirmation and then you go on your way. There's something to lead you throughout the day, a question that'll guide your thoughts or your actions.
Yeah, right. Well, once you start thinking about it, you're putting it into action because it's been brought to your attention. And that's where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. How long did it take you to create this book?
It took me about 6 months overall, and then it took me another 6 months to actually want to put it out there. Initially, I was just like, I don't know if people will receive it or if it'll be effective, but then when I would see like young women, especially with their head down, or let's just say I went to a fast food, place and I saw a young woman working and it just didn't seem like they knew their power based on how they were interacting with me. I was like, no, I need to put this book out now. And then it led to the release, which was November 11th. So it's still fairly new.
So the fact that you're saying that you're recognizing the crown in every woman that you've come across is and it's important that we have this conversation of its simplicity, because it's simple but it's not, because there's a lot, it's very profound in the way you did it. Obviously I'm already a fan and I'm just familiarizing myself with it because we all need this. We all need this. We all need some form of reference, especially in today's political climate, to detach from becoming consumed with the outer world, right? And forgetting about how it is that our inner being designs our outer world.
Yeah.
And that starts here, right? So when you were writing all of these different phrases, did you do it daily? Like, how did you, because some of it, there was this one page, and I know, again, I was trying to just be prepared for you. I didn't look it up, but there was one page that just says Psalm and the number. And I was like, oh, wow, so now I got to pull out the Bible to understand what she meant by this. So how were you designing this? Because it's almost like its own little adventure as well.
Yeah, the process. So there were a lot of factors. A couple of them were, one, I know at least I've learned the art of femininity is slowing down. So I figured in myself, I do like miracle mornings where I have this whole setup, I journal, I try to take it slow in the morning so that I can be intentional about the rest of the day and not just rush through it. So I knew I wanted something that wouldn't take up too much time. These affirmations and reflection questions are literally a minute or less that it takes to process it. You can use the rest of the day to kind of go through it, but just to read it, actually read it, it takes a minute or less. And that was a part of the process, designing it in a way where all women can have the time to actually use it. And also, I think every day I spend at least an hour writing or just sitting by the computer and seeing what would come. In addition to that, I had like a notes tab in my phone. So every time I was inspired, every time, once again, I saw a young woman or a mature woman and something came to mind that I wanted to share with them or that I learned, I took notes and I just added it to the book. In addition to that, like I think I mentioned this before, I was talking to myself. So a few years ago, I lived in Florida for about maybe 4 years, and I was out there alone for the most part. And so a lot of times when I needed to be uplifted, I would write myself these notes, and that also went into the book. So it was a mixture, but definitely a divine one.
Right, because you were alone.
Yeah.
And you didn't have any resources because it was a new location. Rather, you know.
And there were no distractions, so no one was there also to, like I said, uplift me. So I had to write, Queen, keep your head up, for
Right.
example. And then I was like, well, if I need to hear this, another woman probably needs to hear this. And I didn't choose the day. Again, it came to me divinely in regard to like, write it on December 3rd or write this on December 26th. And my hope was what just happened, that it would be the perfect message for that particular day for someone.
It's beautiful. And now you put it in a book form to share with the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So what do you hope people walk away with, just having this book as a reference guide?
I hope people are able to feel the sense of like grace within evolution, not needing to be perfect, but still knowing that you're enough regardless. I hope that people feel empowered when they read it, especially, as I mentioned, repetition. So at least halfway through the book, halfway through the year, they're like, you know, this really helped me in addition to my actions. And I hope it also provides somewhat of a shift in just having a positive mindset for all their endeavors. It allowed me myself not to be afraid of certain challenges, new opportunities, because how can I be preaching one thing and not do it? And I love that. It holds me accountable, basically. And it also shows me that by living out my creative endeavors as far as writing, it gives others the permission to do so as well, because I'm sure there are, you know, lawyers, doctors, or whatever the case may be, that are in one profession, that we all have a creative side. And a lot of times people don't want to, you know, be the jack of all trades, but this was a creative project, and I think it's been doing pretty well so far, so I'm happy that I explored it.
And how has it, I want to say, restored balance for you, exercising that creative side, and then, you know, working HR, right? Like on two different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, that grace that I talked about, like remembering, like, that's a reflection of me, so how can I be kinder today? How can I follow my own advice today? And again, taking it slower, so I'm more mindful as well.
That's beautiful, and I think that's what we need to have in our space, in our community, in our conversations. Right? Is just the consciousness of understanding that really all it takes is being kind to yourself first, and then in turn, kind to others.
I love that you said that, kind to yourself. Again, we're all reflections of one another. So the more I compliment myself, I'm able to compliment you or see you. So yes, definitely.
Bringing it to us, the road to Queendom, everyone. Queen S Ofori. Yay. Once again, for more information about Queen and her book, The Road to Queendom, 365 daily reflections and affirmations to keep your crown on straight, you can visit queenofori.com and on IG at official_Queen Ofori. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return. Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our next guest is a writer, director, and producer whose career encompasses documentaries, narratives, and branded storytelling. Currently in production on the feature documentary SOS Cuba, which follows artists in Cuba, fighting for their rights. And he's directing a feature documentary on Latino icon Ricardo Montalban with support from Latino Public Broadcasting. And most recently, he wrote and directed Omara, a feature documentary broadcast on PBS as part of the Voces series. Let's take a brief look at Omara, Cuba's legendary diva.
It's bigger than, say, Madonna. It's Omara.
Que es una de las más grandes cantantes de la historia de la música cubana. Eso lo sabe todo el mundo.
Her voice has that vulnerability. It has that nakedness. And I think, man, you can't help but feel it.
Parece que ella viene de otro mundo.
That was Omara by director and writer Hugo Perez. Please welcome writer, director, and producer Hugo Perez.
Well, thank you for having me, Rhina. You know, I knew you when you were just a child. Because I know you just turned 30.
Yeah.
I mean, happy birthday. Congratulations on your 30s.
Oh my gosh, I love you. I love that you're flattering me. And the reason he's opening up like this, guys, just so that you're in the know. Hugo and I worked on a project almost 20 years ago. And is it streaming on HBO? Or Max, I should say, the Max channel?
It did for many years, and now it's just on my Vimeo.
No, it's just on your Vimeo. It's called Betty La Flaca, and it was so much fun, and it's so nice to see you again. And we had so much fun back then. I can't believe 20 years has almost passed.
Yeah, we filmed this in Bushwick before Bushwick was cool.
Right.
So I don't know if you remember, the vibe was a little different then.
Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. I remember walking through the streets with an over-padded butt and the bus honking.
Truckers, yeah, traffic stopping. Those were the days.
Yeah, they were, and so I just the work that you're doing is phenomenal, Hugo. I mean, you're very intentional about everything you do, and the fact that you've been able to have all these documentaries screened on PBS and have the support of PBS. Let's talk a little bit about Omara first, because that's the one that we just shared, and then I want to talk a little bit about your work with John Leguizamo, but Omara first, because that's what's currently streaming on PBS.
Yep. Omara is one of the great Afro-Cuban, Afro-Latina singers of all time. She's best known for being part of the Buena Vista Social Club. She was the one woman in the group. And so, you know, if you see Buena Vista Social Club, you see her, you know a little bit about her. And so I made a film that was just about her life, which I think is kind of remarkable. And I got to follow her a little bit as she toured the world at the age of 89 and 90. So it's a little bit of like chronicling this, you know, this icon in the twilight of her career, which is very special. And
that's so beautiful that you referenced Buena Vista Club, because that's what's on Broadway right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually a consultant on that as well. And if you get a chance to see it, it's a beautiful show. One of the best Cuban bands you will see in the States is on stage at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theater. So.
And so, as a Cubano, right, I have to put that in there, because you've made it your life's mission to make sure that you're highlighting Cubans.
You know, it's interesting, because when I first started, I mean, I grew up in Miami, I grew up in Little Havana, and so a lot of the first things that I did were not Latino or Cuban, because I was just like, I want to get to know the world. I want to see, you know, things that are different. But in recent years, I've been very fortunate to have the chance to like work on a lot of stuff that's really focused on my culture.
Yeah, your culture and the Latin culture as well, right? Which leads us to John Leguizamo. So you did the American History Historias.
So I was really privileged to get to work with John Leguizamo as the writer, or one of the writers on American Historia, the Untold History of Latinos in America. John has made it his mission to educate audiences about Latino contributions. You know, I mean, there was Latin History for Morons, it was on Broadway. And then he had been developing the show for years. Finally, he and his director, producer, Ben De Jesus, I don't know if you've met Ben, but you know, they finally got the funding together. and I got asked to join the team, and it was great. It was a real privilege.
That's amazing. This is what I mean. Like, I mean, yeah, you do stellar work to begin with, period. And we can't really discuss all the documentaries that you've already accomplished, but you're also working on the one I already introduced that you're working on, SOS Cuba, right?
Yeah, SOS Cuba is about the Movimiento San Isidro, which is a movement of artists, writers, poets, rappers, art curators, art historians, that in recent years, it started off as a campaign for freedom of expression in Cuba, and it kind of became something bigger. So that's the story that my film tells is about them, how these, like a group of kind of misfit, weirdo artists that weren't part of the official institutions in Cuba, how they managed to kind of create a narrative.
And so how far along are you in the project?
Well, I mean, fingers crossed and knock on wood, but I think I'm picture locking in the next couple of weeks.
Nice, congrats.
And then hopefully in the spring, we'll get to premiere somewhere.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you're almost at the finish line. Beautiful, nice. And you just got nominated for an Emmy.
That was for, Alma's Way?
Yes, we know everybody in Alma's Way, the animation, but they did this like additional storytelling style that kind of
So Alma's Way is an animated show, and they decided they wanted to do these little live action segments featuring kids talking about their passions, right? So one of the kids we featured, he loves dinosaurs, and so he gave us his tour of the dinosaur wing at the American Museum of Natural History. There's another one.
With the kids, the two kids at the store.
Yeah, the Bangladeshi kids whose grandfather has a bodega out in Jamaica in Queens. And so there's a little profile of these kids going and helping their grandfather at the bodega, And it was really, I haven't really worked with a lot of kids in my career. And so then the last 2 years I've worked a lot with kids because of this. And it was great. I thought that the kids sometimes were really, none of them had ever done TV before, but within like a half hour, they were like already like, they had shots in mind and they were kind of like co-directing with me. It's just
they were co-directing?
Oh yeah, it's amazing like how quick. No, these kids are quick. I mean, I felt like they were, like they would get stuff right. I'd have to explain stuff to the crew, but the kids were like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, so it was a lot of fun.
You could tell it was fun. I watched the actual video of the two Bangladeshi kids, and how they really enjoy ticketing the products. That's the highlight of the job that they do. And you made it fun, and obviously a lot of your documentary experience was part of that. You can kind of see it. I know it's for television, but the style, yeah.
Well, they're mini documentaries. They're like these little 5-minute documentaries.
Yeah, and so is that the one that was nominated for?
And that was nominated for, I think it's the Children's and Daytime Emmys, and we find out in March. So I worked with a great team. My old friend Chuck Moss, Melanie Robbins, and the team at Fred Rogers Productions, Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers. So that was also like great. I got to work for Mr. Rogers' company. I grew up watching Mr. Rogers, so.
I think we all grew up watching Mr. Rogers, and Fred Rogers' production company is the production company that actually produces Alma's Way. So this is like an extension of Alma's Way, No, we've been following Alma's Way since its inception, and it's a really beautifully executed animation. So it's really nice to see that they expanded outside of just the animation.
Well, also it was great just to get to know and hang out with Sonia Manzano. I mean, like what a legend, right? And was such a great, generous person too.
I know, and that's where we ran into each other at the screening of her film,
Street Smart. Yeah.
Street Smart, Lessons from a TV Icon, and she is amazing. I've had the privilege of working with her on several projects, and she's our living icon who is down to earth and approachable. And I always say it to her, who carries swag, because she got swag. Oh, yes, she does. But back to you. And so now you're also working on this project highlighting Ricardo Montalban.
Well, I mean, that's a name that younger people today won't know, but Leenda Bonilla was one of the great Latino icons in Hollywood since from the 1940s until like the 90s.
Yeah, he's debonair.
Yeah, well, he's best known for the
Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island. He was also played Khan in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, like one of the great movie villains of all time. He also did the Chrysler commercials, right? The Corinthian leather, right? So it was. But I mean, it's kind of sad that he was somebody who achieved such recognition that at a certain point he was one of the best known faces on the planet, and today is kind of forgotten. And people don't know about his contributions going back to the 40s, and they don't know that also he was one of the great advocates for Latino representation in Hollywood, because he founded this group Nosotros in 1970, whose mission was to promote Latinos in Hollywood, and so he was, they know him as Mr. Rourke in Fantasy Island, but he was also like a great advocate as well.
Right, so he's one of our pioneers, and it's so beautiful that again you've kind of made it your life's mission to put these people in a way like in the forefront, even though they are in the forefront, but make it accessible for people to learn and understand about our culture. And I say our culture, meaning our Latina culture, because we're not really documented like that.
Well, in this case, it was the producer, Joel Gonzalez, had seen my Omara documentary, and then we had this long dinner, and at the end of it, he was like, hey, I want you to direct this film. And I was like, I'd love to direct it, because Mr. Rourke, when I was a kid, you watch Fantasy Island, you're like, oh, that's what I want to be when I grow up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in that white suit, and it was elegant.
With the accent and all.
Yeah, and
all of it.
I was very dignified and in control of everything. And so it's like, yeah, when I get to be that age, that's who I want to be. So I get to make a film about him now.
Look at that. How amazing is that? And thank you for sharing that, because that's what we're discussing, is that representation matters.
Yeah.
It absolutely matters.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And so...
Because when I was a kid, it was like Ricardo Montalban and Ricky Ricardo, right? Desi Arnaz.
Right.
I mean, there weren't a whole lot of figures on TV.
I mean, there's a little more, but still, we're still forging that path to make ourselves just as important.
Yeah.
Right? And it starts with becoming relevant to each other so that we know our own history. So thank you.
Well, thank you, because that's the work you're doing too.
Yeah, we do it. That's how we do it. We do it together. Hugo Perez, everybody.
Thank you, Rhina.
One of my favorite directors, actually. Don't tell anybody. No, actually, I just told everybody he's one of my favorite directors. All right, for more information on Hugo Perez and his projects, you can follow him on IG at Kino Hugo. Stay tuned. There's more open when we return. Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Today's Open Artist Spotlight shines on a Bronx native who hails from the cultural epicenter of the Bronx. Her brand of alternative hip hop is redefining boundaries, inspired by life's poetic beauty and the raw energy from her surroundings. Her lyrics are genre-defying, magnetic, and a fusion of hip hop and heavy metal. Check that out. Yeah. Everyone, please welcome today's open artist, Mizzie from the X. All right.
Hi.
Mizzie from the X.
From the X.
Okay.
You know what's up?
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it
In
twisted.
case you forgot, Mizzie from the X.
The X.
Oh my goodness.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, and you look like the beautiful product of this evolved BX fusion that I know we're about to experience. Let's talk about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm a very colorful person, as you can see. Especially today is pretty rainy, but we making it vibrant, we're making it colorful, we're keeping our spirits alive. So that's why I wear all these vibrant colors.
Yes.
To always improve my mood, to remind myself, you know what, it might be gloomy out there, but it's not gloomy in here.
Nice.
So I got to keep it alive.
Yes. No, trust me. it's radiant, okay?
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, even though, you know, like it's orange, right? Because most of the time during this time of the year is more red,
Right.
And green. Well, you did the green, but you threw in the orange
in
that
that
normally floats around in the month of October, and you're like,
Right.
nah, I'm just gonna do the orange in December.
Absolutely. Keep reminding myself of that beautiful sun.
Yeah,
That
I love it.
beautiful light.
I'm just loving everything.
Thank you.
I'm watching. I'm actually not watching. I'm focused on your crystals, on your earrings, on your third eye. Like,
Yes.
okay, so we're working with the spirituality as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I want to talk a little bit about your upbringing here, the influences of hip hop, also the crystals, and how you've merged this heavy metal sound with it and your spirituality. I'm really, really interested in learning more about your story.
Yes, absolutely. So, since I was little, I consider myself a performer. I always loved to entertain my family. I always loved to participate in my school talent shows and performances. And when I was little, my dad is one of my biggest influences for where I am today, because he would play a lot of like Korn and Slipknot, but he would also play a lot of Method Man, Redman, Ludacris, Busta Rhymes, and these are my biggest influences. I tend to rap relatively fast, and I got that from Busta, got it from Twista.
He's one of my
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And he always had his own unique style. So
Exactly.
I can see the influence. Okay.
And he was always, like him and Ludacris, they always had this animated personality that was really fun, really vibrant, but also very hard and very like New York. So I took influence from that, and also listening to Korn and listening to Slipknot, those became very big influences in the way that I approach music. I had my own metal band for 11 years. We actually did our final show back in October, which I was the vocalist for, so I also do that rah-rah, screaming, ha-ha, you know what I'm saying? But I decided I wanted to not just focus on metal. I was always shy with my raps and with my lyrics and with the beats that I produced, until one day people kept telling me, you need to release this. So with the support of my family and my friends, I started actually putting out my music and rapping, doing more open mics, and, embodying the hip hop culture. So just being born and raised in the Bronx, the home of hip hop, I wanted to embody that and also incorporate it with my heavier things. So some of my music is very boom bap, very New York, and some of it is a lot more alternative, a little weird if you ask me, and I like that. I like it being weird and being different and being unique. I like being able to have a sound that people hear and they're like, that's Mizzie.
Yeah, we like weird.
You can tell that's Mizzie, you know?
Yeah, nice.
And just like with Luda and Busta Rhymes, you know when it's them. You know when it's a Luda type beat, a Busta type beat, you hear their voice, you're like, okay.
Yes.
So I like being able to be recognized by the way that I flow, the way that the things that I talk about, which is a lot of reflection, self-reflective. Sometimes I be ranting, I be going off about my day-to-day, but sometimes it's a lot more reflective and thinking about my life as a whole and who I am as a person and how I've grown as a person. And one of the songs that I'll be performing today is about that.
Right, and it actually has boom bap in it, right?
Yes.
That's the title. Mirror.
Boom bap mashup. So the boom bap, shout out to Doechii, because we love Doechii here. I love Doechii so much, and I think she's doing really well in her career. She's so talented, such a great artist. And when I heard the song Boom Bap, I was like, I gotta write lyrics to this. I need to perform over this. I need to do something. And I really wanted to highlight that because I just love that artist. And I think the way that she flows is great. So I wanted to take it and put my little spin on it. And the first portion of it is a song that I produced and created, which is a lot more reflective, called Mirror. And it's about my life and how I perceive my purpose in this world.
Love it.
Yes.
So we're going deep too in the
Yes.
process, which is why you're wearing crystals, right? Hence the crystals.
Absolutely.
Right?
I have my
Black
shungite, my
tourmaline.
tourmaline. I have my. I think
was
this
that
is
a rose
like
quartz? Is that a
this
rose-
is like a quartz. It looks like carnelian actually. I have my sapphire, I have my labradorite, I have my amazonite, I have my copper on, you know, I'm feeling radiant, I'm feeling vibrational, I'm feeling communicative, I'm feeling really good right now.
Yeah.
Really warm and
love-
toasty.
Yay, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good.
And we share the same interests. I see you with
Yes.
your copper, your quartz as well,
Yes,
your
yes.
crystals, and
Yes.
I love them.
Yes, I have a tourmaline quartz, aventurine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know what? These are the elements that come from Earth,
Yes.
and guess what? They work in conjunction with our existence.
Absolutely.
And so, hence, why I wear mine, right? And I love that you're able to share exactly what you did. Was you defined the role of each one.
Yep, and you know, that's who I am. I am a very spiritual person, and I'm not shy about it. You know, that's something that I like to talk about: empowerment, confidence, spirituality, enlightenment, feeling good about yourself. And those are things that I like to embody, and I really want to feel that way. I want my listeners, when they hear me, to not only hear my lyrics, but to feel different, to feel moved, to feel like they want to make a change. Because I'm not only performing for fun, I'm trying to make an impact on people's lives.
Right.
Through my music and through my movement and my lyrics.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's exactly how it should be. That's how
Absolutely.
everybody should operate. Really, is knowing and deliberately serving as a contribution, right? Like, and I say deliberately because we're all contributing, but some understand more because of this awareness that we're discussing.
Yes.
So that's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Like in the words of Maya Angelou, right? People won't remember what they see, but they'll remember how you make them feel,
Absolutely.
or something like that. It's not
Yes,
verbatim, but
along those lines.
yes.
Absolutely. And it also comes, so my name, Mizzie, I used to be an elementary school teacher for 2 years. And instead of calling me by my last name, I had them call me Mizzie because my first name starts with Z. So they would say it really fast and they'd be like, Mizzie, Mizzie. So I took that because they were my heart. And when I left, it was after that I decided to really focus on my music. So I took the name Mizzie from my students calling me Mizzie. And I added from the X, just, so no one forgets I'm from the Bronx.
Right.
But that's the influence and the impact. Like, I work with the youth, I work with young adults, and they're very inspiring. So they've inspired my name, my whole artist name, and the way that I operate in this world, honestly, and my contributions to it and how I want to help and guide and lead. So I had to add that to my name because they helped. These kids, as much as I taught them, they taught me.
I know. I say that all the time. Like, yes, they're our future, but they're our greatest teachers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's so beautiful that you just shared that story of carrying their energy into your future.
Yes.
Because that's what you're doing.
Yes.
Right? Carrying the name Mizzie.
Yep.
It's like you brought them with you.
Absolutely. Yes. Because they're my heart. Like, they're funny, they're great, they're teachers, they're leaders, they're guides, and they really showed me just how in depth I could go.
Beautiful. And it's lovely that you're bringing it here and you're going to share it with us, fully self-expressed.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Well, so are we. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are excited. Yeah, be excited because when we return, Mizzie from the X is going to perform for us, and you don't want to miss that. Yeah.
That was great.
That was awesome. And you brought in the next generation. Hey everyone, welcome back here now to perform Mirror Boom Bap Mashup. Let's give a big round of applause for Mizzie from the X.
Hi.
I don't have no speculation. I have the proof, I have the pictures in my mind. Hit pause, I wait and then rewind back to a time when time was just a figment of my imagination. Didn't have no limitations, ain't no competition to make it. But that's changed, and so have you, and so have I. And I was pressed, as I breathe, I reach within. I'm hesitant, trying to digest who the hell I am and what's the catch. Am I really the only one on my back? Am I really the only one who's gonna ask you to think about it and then think again? Am I doing too much? I'm not doing enough. Gotta be strong, but is it for me or for all of us? Moving for pieces demolished a long time ago. But how would I know? I'm trying my best. How you expect you save and forget all the rest, right? Never that. Reflections, acceptance, a burden I try to undo, but I'm hurting. Move on, but it is really learning for you because I put two and two together. Watch, don't repeat. Learn to let go. I'm ending this here. The future will know. It ended with me. It started with me. I learned to let go. The future will know. The future will know. It started with me. It ended with me. The future will know. Shout out to Dochi. Love what you're doing. You so talented, girl. I just had to write something over your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, honestly, to be honest, I'ma just speak so that you can see me. To be honest, I'm sorry that you ain't noticed. I'm sorry that your pain gets in the way of what your worth is. I'm sorry that you had to repress and I process what the hurt is and now it's just surface. Like damn, I already did this here. Why the hell am I reliving this here? Didn't you do this before? Why you back on this here for? I said it was good, like honestly. Be bugging sometimes, honestly. I'm not nice sometimes, honestly. I'm a witch sometimes, honestly. Probably, honestly, see? But like, listen. I'm not a nice chick, I would never be a type sis. Bite this, you can have your crisis. Cause I'm done, I'm still questioning myself. Wondering if it's all worth it, am I living in my purpose? Put together on the surface. I'm not structured, I'm not perfect, I'm not a human. It's an illusion, keep looking through it like you have. I know I make you mad cause I be in my bag. I got the facts, screw your shit, can take the medicine and swallow. Yeah, it's like that, it's really like that. You wanna talk, I talk back. You wanna fight, I fight back. Keep playing with me and I might snap. I'm not in the mood for your attitude today. You have exhausted your state. The hell on my face, I'm going, get out of my way. Look, I put your work in, I'm not your friend. You got a complex, it's simple. It's not simple, why are you like that? Why am I like that? Damn, I gotta take a stand, 6 foot tall, foot flat, shoulders back, no cap, not looking down at no one cause I give you a hunchback. I'm in my own lane now, how you like that? No lane switch, I handle my business, open your notes app and write that. It's facts though. Thank you, Bronxnet. I want to give a shout out to Fernando from the Fox and Kings for putting me on. I really appreciate you and the work that you're doing. Thank you for having me today. Mizzie from the X. Big Bronx.
Yes, yes, Mizzie from the X. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, I felt you.
Yes.
I felt you. I hope you felt us over there. I hope y'all guys felt it. Oh my gosh, what a mashup. Yeah. Palante. All right, everybody, Mizzie from the X. All right, you can download Mirror Boom Bap Mashup, what we just listened to, and other tracks by Mizzie from the X on all streaming platforms. Once again, you can also follow her at .cards/Mizzie from the X and on IG at __Mizzie. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend and 24 hours a day at Bronxnet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Adios. Yes. Hopefully.